I was only 18 when my stepmother decided my future. She didn't ask. She didn't care. One evening, over dinner, she simply announced, "You're getting married next week, Emily. That's final." I dropped my fork, staring at her in disbelief. Married? But I'm only 18. I don't even know him. I cried myself to sleep every night until my wedding day. The church was filled with flowers, music, and faces I didn't want to see. My white dress was heavy. My veil felt like a cage. And standing at the altar was Daniel Carter, the man chosen to be my husband. He was tall, broad-shouldered, 27. People clapped, smiled, threw petals. But I felt nothing. I was walking out of that church as a bride. But inside, I felt like a prisoner. The house he brought me to was large and quiet, filled with dark furniture and polished wood. Each step I took echoed through the halls. He opened the bedroom door. A bed covered with white sheets and roses stood in the center, prepared for a wedding night I had never wanted. My throat tightened. My hands shook. Daniel sat on the edge of the bed, loosening his tie. The silence stretched until it was unbearable. Then, his voice cut through it deep, steady, commanding. "Take off your clothes and bite the pillow." The words struck me like thunder. My whole body froze. My heart slammed against my ribs. Tears filled my eyes before I could stop them. I shook my head, clutching the blanket like armor. My voice cracked as I whispered, "Please, Vi, I can't." The room went still. His eyes locked on mine, sharp and burning with intensity. For a terrifying second, I thought he would insist. But then something changed in his expression. He saw my tears, my trembling hands, the fear written all over me. His jaw clenched. He looked away, breathing heavily, as if fighting a war within himself. Finally, he ran a hand down his face, grabbed a pillow, and stood. Without a word, he walked across the room and lay down on the sofa, turning his back to me. I sat on the bed, tears rolling silently down my cheeks. My wedding night, the night ended in silence, shame, and distance. I thought he hated me. I thought I had disappointed him. But he never mentioned that night again. He never touched me. He never forced me. Instead, he gave me distance. And in that distance, little by little, I saw glimpses of another man. Every morning, breakfast waited for me on the table. Pancakes, eggs, toast. He cooked them himself. When I caught a fever one stormy night, I woke to find him sitting by my side, pressing a cool cloth to my forehead. His eyes were filled with quiet worry. When I accidentally burned my hand in the kitchen, he rushed to me, gently holding my wrist under cool water. "Be careful," he whispered. "You don't have to do everything alone." It wasn't passion, it wasn't romance. It was care, silent, patient care. My stepmother visited one afternoon, her tongue as sharp as ever. She mocked my cooking, my clothes, even the way I walked. I stood there frozen, my lips pressed shut, until Daniel's voice cut through her cruelty. "She's my wife," he said, his tone firm, "and you will not speak to her like that again." I looked at him in shock. No one had ever defended me before. In that moment, something inside me softened. The man I had once feared was the only one standing up for me. Nearly a year had passed since our wedding. One evening, I found him in his study, glasses sliding down his nose, papers scattered across the desk. I stood in the doorway, my heart racing. "Daniel?" He looked up. "Yes?" My voice trembled, but I forced the words out. You don't have to sleep on the sofa tonight." His eyes widened slightly, searching mine, making sure I meant it. Slowly, carefully, he stood. That night, there was no command, no demand, no fear. Instead, there was patience. Gentle hands, Soft words. Respect. For the first time, it wasn't duty. It wasn't fear. It was choice. And I chose him. I was forced into marriage at 18. My wedding night was filled with fear, tears, and silence. But months of patience, care, and respect changed everything. Daniel didn't win my love through power. He earned it through kindness. And in time, the man I once feared became the man I trusted most. Because true love doesn't always begin with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with patience.